Use the facts that the negation of a universal statement is an existential statement and that the negation of an if-then statement is an and statement to rewrite each of the statements 45 through 48 without using the word necessary or sufficient. So 45 says being divisible by 8 is not a necessary condition for being divisible by 4. So let's say that being divisible by 8 is my statement P and being divisible by 4 is Q. So to say that P is not a necessary condition for Q, that means that it is not true that P is a necessary condition for Q. So P being a necessary condition means that Q implies P. So there's this implicit quantification underneath these statements. And this quantification is universal. This is a claim about all integers. That means when we negate the statement, we're going to have an existential quantification. Now, the negation of the implication is logically equivalent to, in this case, Q and not P. And we should note that there is an existential quantification in this claim. So when we write this out, we should keep in mind that since we negated a universal quantifier, we should be left with an existential quantifier. So to say Q and not P is to really say that there is an integer such that Q and not P. So what does that mean? That means there is an integer that is divisible by 4, and we have to negate P for this specific integer. Being divisible by 8, the negation of being divisible by 8 is that this integer is not divisible by 8. So altogether, this says there is an integer that is divisible by 4 and is not divisible by 8. This statement is logically equivalent to being divisible by 8 is not a necessary condition for being divisible by 4. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.